My name is Adisa. I was born in Canada of Jamaican roots through my father, and I've always been into my roots, always been into my culture, always been into health and martial arts. But in the past few years, I've been digging deeper. And to tell you the truth, I've been learning more about myself now than I ever have in my life. So for a bunch of reasons, I decided to take my Sankofa and take a trip to Jamaica. And you know what really interests me? The study of where we get our characteristics from, genetically and epigenetically. That which we get from our ancestors. I guess you can call it ancestor worship. And I discovered two branches that go straight to the Maroons. So I'm going to use this trip to dig deeper into my Maroon ancestors. See, I've been researching this for years, but now this applies to me and this is different. So, I'm going to go make sense of what I've been learning about the history. Sankofa means to go back to fetch it. We must look back to the past to understand how we became, to know what we are, to move forward. Same concept described in other cultures. It's about looking into your own soul, not only discovering what it is that makes you great, but also identifying the source of the greatness and activating it every single day of your life. And it's the well in which you draw when there's no other resources. It's the absolute truth that sits in the deepest part of your soul. Dr. Amos Wilson says, when one is shorn of one's past, one does not see the direction of their future, they're uncertain of their present, they cannot tell where they're going or coming or where they are, and they suffer as a result. He also goes on to say, history is a time dimension. History structures time. Culture is not only about behavior, dress, and so forth, but that all cultures have a time dimension related to them. The psychology of culture is to a great extent a symbolic precipitant of the kinds of experiences forced upon a group of people by their history. We must recognize that the intimate relationship between culture, history, and personality. If we do not know our history, then we do not know our personality. And if the only history that we know is other people's history, then our personality has been created by that history. History can be a basis for self-criticism, a basis for self-understanding, and more importantly, the basis for understanding the motives and psychology of others. Anybody reading the history, even just a little bit, gets amazed by these people who only thing close to them in other parts of the world are the samurai. I mean, they were a warrior society that resisted slavery, resisted capture, and survived on their own within the interiors of the island. Maroons speak their own language, and they have 3 levels to it too. Originally from Africa, mostly Akan. They also speak the same language in Suriname with those Maroons over there. The real name is Yankanku. I mean, the British Army Empire outnumbered us 10-1. See, them the kind of history there, those kind of characteristics I'm interested in going and finding out where it comes from. This warrior spirit that they inherited, reinforced, affected, and passed it now on to me.
This is the winner on the track original production.
fact, there's only been 4 murders since 1739 in all the Maroon communities. But in Jamaica in 2017 alone, there's been 1,616 homicides. There's a problem, there's a solution there. But Jamaica's still the best place to live in the world, coming from Canada.
Yeah, we're driving down towards Ochi from St. Anne's Bay, and I'm headed to Ochi, and I'm trying to get to Port Maria, and then I'm going down, to St. Mary, Scott's Hall, Kushu town. I'm just driving through Ochi right now. It's New Year's Eve.
This is the winner on the track original production.
So we touched down a little bit late, so I'm just gonna have to probably show up there. I'm gonna try to get there right now. Alright, cool. Don't know where exactly I'm going, but I asked Accompong and the biggie man ancestor them guide me to chase him.
I couldn't help but think about how it must have been back then, rebelling and resisting slavery and captivity, and headed to the mountains to join their fellow Maroons. And what it took to travel these distances up these mountains, and I mean, I'm going up and around, it's taking long, and I'm starting to develop an appreciation. Now, the more history I know, the more these types of experiences and all experiences in my life has that much more meaning. Sankofa.
Supposed to be coming up on Grande Old Bridge soon.
I pretty much got there by myself with some assistance from the chief. Respect, chief.
Good morning. Right here at Kushu town. Just woke up from my first night. Welcome to Kushu town. This place is amazing. We got a little rain. Welcome to Kushu town.
Town Holistic Healing Center.
Grapefruit. Real grapefruit. Not Canada grapefruit.
Access the memory of the ancestors to learn the ancient rituals and herbs for the curing of specific diseases and illnesses. True story.
From the courthouse of Kushu Town, Maroon, St. Mary. So this courthouse where we used to our ancestors used to try all the cases if there's any wrongs doing in the community, you know, or in the domestic affairs. So Granny Nanny Kojo, all of our brothers, Granny Nanny was the leader of the Windward Maroon, in Kushu Town Maroon as well, as Boer Town, and also well as Charles Town. So the hospital, even including the hospital, is still here in Kushu Town. So therefore, all Granny Nanny and her groups, her followers, used to come to Kushu Town in Katsal here for healing. Healing meaning herbs, meditation, to think and fight. 84 years of war here. They fight 84 years. So for us here to be a free people, as we say, our indigenous people, indigenous Maroon free nation. In greetings, one and all. Come and experience the holistic, meaning mind, soul, and body, healing in Kushu Town. So you can get the herbs, cleanse your system, and also the mud bath, feel more relaxed. Hear the sound of the nature, Mother Nature, the river, which right around here, river, the birds, and also other things that's nature provided for the Maroons and the indigenous people and the world. Well, so we also have fresh spring water from the hills of the Drankra Mountain, the Drankra Hill. So therefore we have also going to develop a swimming pool. So therefore you can relax in the spring water, nature, natural spring water. So you can heal yourself, heal your mind from the stress, heal your body from the pain, and heal your soul. So therefore you can live longer. You can come and also get our herbal tea, real herbal tea to cleanse your system. So therefore you need to take a visit to Kushu Town, right down into Kushu Bump, Holistic Healing Center and International Development, Cultural and Historical Research Center. So you can get to focus. It's also a resort area, which you can, an accommodation, which you can relax your mind. Enter from the Grandi Hall Bridge off the Junction Road, straight up to left. You do a left from coming from Kingston. It is the closest Maroon town coming from Kingston, and also one of the closest otherwise from St. James coming from Montego Bay. So you can relax. You don't have to listen to no plane flying or no vehicle, no cars. You relax your mind. You don't hear no noise. You can hold a deep meditation. Yankee say, Yankee-pong, meaning Almighty God. Yankee-pong, thanking King Bam. Yankee-pong, assassin. Malika, 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 salam. Welcome, one and all.
Tuojina means private business, and Chamu Chamu means talk some and leave some. So I'm going to share with you some of my journey, and I will leave some.
Yeah.
Few might feel okay, the grave.
Good morning, sir. Wait, why feel grave? I have to go check it soon. Soon come, cuz. Soon come. Yeah, ancestors. Yeah. Ha ha. I've seen it with my own eyes, son. Can't tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing. I come and see it with my own two eyes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Your wife was down there last night, bro.
Oh, down in the yard?
Yeah, man. Your wife hit me at her first cousin.
Oh, first cousin.
Yeah, it's my uncle, daughter.
You know, see?
Yeah.
Family, you know?
Trust me.